You have to do with the owner of this. That's not how that works. Man, I really hope my shoulder stops hurting, like, soon. My shoulder's bothering me today. Apologize. But yeah, you get a free heal after this, and then there's that heal out there and out on this thing, and yeah, this is definitely a much easier scenario than the previous one. In fact, it's going to be a while before we get that level of challenge again in the game. So this scene right here, actually, I don't know why, but it's a somber scene. They're burying dead people. Okay, I get that. But there's a little part of my brain going, thinks it's funny that, sorry, he's asking them to help bury the bodies. That Maribel is here digging, right? And Ruff is getting he's helping carry the dead bodies. While riding a literal wolf, like, who would dig way better than Maribel. Now, granted, in the original PlayStation version, the wolf does not come with Ruff. His little sprite is just him. Or Gabo, as he's called in that version of the game, which is, I think that's the one of the onomatopoeias for, like, that song. Onomatopoeia is the correct term, right? I'm gonna have to Google that. Crap. Oh my crap. Oh my crap. I spelled it right. Yeah. That's correct. Onomatopoeia. Kind of like rough is an onomatopoeia. I like saying onomatopoeia. It's a good word. After I'm done recording this, I'm going to record something else. I got something else that I'm going to record. It's going to be a surprise. You're going to love it. Although I don't know if I'm probably not going to post it for a little bit. Probably going to wait till I complete that before I post it. But, let's just say it's related to SMT3. And it's something that I've been wanting to record for a while, but decided against. The reason I haven't recorded more PS2 games is PS2, the capture and stuff is kind of blurry on the PS2. But I got PCSX2 working on my computer. It runs beautifully. And I'm going to try and record some of that. I've got notes for that as well. I've got notes for so many games, you guys. Like, if you looked into my... I think I've talked about my bucket folder before. My bucket folder, there's like half-finished to three-quarter finished notes for about 20 to 30 games in there. Let me actually look. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I'd say it's closer to 15, actually. I guess I have been playing through these games. But, yeah. I've got notes for things like SMT 3, 4. My notes for IF are still in there. I still need to go back and do the other thing on if the other I can't remember his name. The secret characters route. I do plan to go back at some point and do that. So anyway, back to this game. We have to go back over here and back to the village. I think I need 10 fights. So we're going to kind of work that out here real quick. Oh, I should have put my boomerang back on. Gerp. Let's put the boomerang back on now. It's not going to matter. Unfortunately, the boomerang is probably not going to be useful for too much longer. I'd say probably at the end of this scenario. Oh, whoa. Those guys just kind of appeared right in front of me. Of course, that was a lag spike as well. The lag spikes are unfortunately more common, but still like handleable. Okay, let's see. I think I'll fight this stingfisher. Okay, I won't fight that stingfisher. Okay. I'll run into this stingfisher. The reason I'm doing, I'm not grinding per se. I am going out of my way to fight a couple of extra battles here, but I'm not going to sit here and just grind up jobs. The reason I'm doing this is because we're going to go into a dungeon kind of soonish. And to advance the plot, we're going to end up having to go back to the present. So I want to get I want to be able to switch jobs, because it's not ultra critical that I start working on Shepard for Maribel, but I would like to have a specific ability for a specific fight, and it's kind of late in the vocation, so generally speaking, you're probably going to run into enough battles in a single scenario to max out a basic vocation. So you're looking at, or close to. So you're looking at probably 40 to 50 battles, depending on the 40 to 60, I would say, depending on the length of the scenario. This one's a little on the short side. This one and the next one are pretty short. Let me see. Yeah, the next one's real short. In fact, I think this one and the next two were pretty short. Sacred heirloom of our royal family. That's not true. Like, the argument that if we had not done this good thing, then the this bad thing would have never happened. Like, that's a very flawed argument. It's like saying if we had never built the World Trade Center, we never would have had 9/11. We probably would have. They just would have rammed into, like, the Chrysler Building or something, you know? You don't stop doing good things just because bad people do bad things. A folded piece of parchment. It's a letter. It's a teleporting letter. The likeness of the great evil. We already killed him, haha. Although, is it killing if, like, the thing you're killing is undead? Like, is it killing it, or is it, like, just, like, is the correct term just destroying? You know? Alright, so we have to speak to the Elder. And then we've got to play that old JRPG game of speak to all the villagers. So you got to speak to all the villagers and show them the Seal of the Sands to advance the plot. I think it's all of them. I could be mistaken, and it could be just like a specific, like a specific few that you're supposed to speak to, but I don't actually know what those specific ones would be. So just speak to everybody and show them the Seal of the Sands. Watch their little dialogue boxes. Most of them actually have useful information. They'll tell you about the area and things like that. Give you information on maybe what you're supposed to do next. The thing that irritates me about this is that if you speak to your party, they're like, let's go to the next area. She's given, like, philosophy lessons about tortoises and lions. Did I speak to you already? Yes, I think I did. You know what? We'll do it again, just to be sure. But, like, they're like, let's go to the river and look for the serpent, blah, blah, blah. But the plot trigger won't happen until you've spoken to everybody. So, like, the first time I played through this game, I was here running back and forth a bunch of times. Like, 3 or 4 times, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then I just finally just started showing the Seal of the Sands to everybody, thinking that, well, maybe I'm missing a plot trigger. And, yeah. I don't know if the Bird of Paradise actually... I don't know if that actually is important at all. I don't think there's anybody in this house. Yeah, nobody there. mighty serpent, huh? Golden horns, you say? We've seen some golden horns before. Where was it? This guy, by the way, will save your game if you need that. And this right here is your hint that you're going to have to go back to the present to advance the plot. So keep that in mind. But we don't need... We don't actually need to save our game just yet. So, yeah, there's 3 NPCs down here and, like, 1 item. There is a tablet piece down here, but we can't actually get it yet. So, it's blocked up behind that over there. You can't get to it just yet. But what we can do is speak to these bags, and in these bags, we'll find young women. Yes. I wonder if that's like your hints about like what happens in the story. Like what she said about being reborn. And I'll kind of point out what I'm talking about when we get there. I guess that sort of might explain, like, if they've got some kind of rebirth mythology, that it might explain what's going on. Yeah, the cat purrs. Yes. That's okay. You just... The fact that you want to help is enough. This guy, if you speak to him, he will now sell you things. He gets mad at you for showing him the seal, because he's like, you can't have free equipment. But there is one item of note that this guy sells. They're called diamonds. I'm just going to buy 3. What diamonds do... no. What diamonds do is you put them in your inventory, and they will cancel. Oh, they'll take a death attack for you. Like, so someone cast Whack, Thwack, Death Dance, any ability like that could just instantly kill you. If it's going to land, and you have a diamond in your party, the diamond will eat the spell and shatter. Those abilities are not super common. Like, I think in my test play, I had 1 person ever die from a death attack. So... But just having, like, 1 in your inventory is pretty good, I think. It only takes up a single space. We're past the point where, like, having things in your inventory like herbs is super useful. So this sign right here says, "Here stands the gateway to the hallowed river Miho." Yeah, I'll fight you. I gotta get my fights in. Gotta get my reps in. It's like lifting weights. Yeah, so the Chimera are pretty nasty, especially if you run into them with those vials. Thankfully, the vials don't spawn out here. So... Now, if I wanted to master Troubadour... Okay, so this right here is the scene that I'm talking about. You can go in here, and unless he appears on the world map and walks in, you need to go back and speak to everybody. But, like, you could actually walk in here and be looking around and wandering around. You get no indication that you need to go do anything. It's dumb. I don't.